Analysis of financial statements. First, what is a financial statement? So when we say financial statement, it is intended to provide information on the resources available to management, and also financial statement is a formal record of financial activities and position of a business, person, or other entity. It shows how much money is coming in or going out of the business and what's left over, like a report card for your business finances. So next is the generally accepted accounting principles. It is the input used to construct the financial statements. Generally accepted accounting principles are formulated by the FASB, or the Financial Accounting Standards Board, and it also recognized that it would be improper for all companies to use identical and restrictive accounting principle. So when we say GAAP or the GAAP, it is a set of rules, standards, and guidelines that accountants and businesses follow when preparing financial statements. Think of it as the official rule book for accounting. Balance sheet shows what resources or what are the assets that belongs to the business and how it is financed the asset of the business, and it is specifically indicates the current and fixed assets available to the firm. Next is the income statement. In income statement, this contains information on the operating performance of the firm or the business during a period of time. For example, is quarterly or yearly. So in balance sheet, it is a fixed point in time, while in income statement, it indicates the flow of sales, expenses, and earnings during a period of time. The statement of cash flow. So, statement of cash flow integrates the effect on the firm's cash flow from the income statement and to the balance sheet. So, cash flow has three types. We have the cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and the cash flow from financing activities. When we say operating activities cash flow, it's these sections of the statement list the sources and uses of cash that arise from the normal operation of a firm. So when we say investing activities cash flow, it investment in both its own non-current and fixed assets, and while we say financing activities cash flow, it is a cash inflows created by increasing notes payable and long-term liability equity accounts such as bond stock issues. So we have here the Walgreens Corporation and subsidiaries consolidated balance sheet year ended August 31, 2006 to 2010. So as you could see on the picture, from 2006 to 2010, their total asset is increasing. Then they have these current liabilities. They have on 2006, they have a 1,260. On 2007, they have 1,465. On 2008, they have 2,897. On 2009, they have a 3,997. And on 2010, they have a 4,442 non-current liabilities. So, and here is the consolidated income statement exempt per share data year ended August 31, 2006 to 2010. So they have the 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010. So as you can see, there are a lot of numbers. So we should first on the net sales. On 2006, they have a 47,409. Then over the 5 years, it increases to 67,420. So from 47 to 67. So there is a 20,000 increase, 20,000 more increased on their net sales. So as well on the cost of sales, gross profit, there we could see that there is a increase on every numbers from the year 2006 to 2010. So it shows that the company is financially stable, or they have a strong financial position on their income statement. So next, traditional cash flow. When we say traditional cash flow, it measure of cash flow equals net income plus depreciation expense and the change in the and deferred taxes. But as we have seen, it is also necessary to adjust changes in operating, which is the current asset and liabilities that either use or provide cash. So free cash flow, cash modifies cash flow from operations to recognize that some investing and financing activities are critical to the firm. So example for this is sa 2010. So the table below compares the cash flow operations from the exhibit 10.3, which is shown earlier, to the traditional cash flow figures of Walgream from 2008 to 2010, so 3 years. And then on 2008, the traditional cash flow is 2,936,000. On 2009, they have a 3,241,000, and 2010 they have a 3,184,000. So where did we come up with this answer? So here is the formula. Traditional cash flow equals net income plus depreciation plus change in deferred taxes, which is I've shown the table earlier. Then how could we compute the cash flow from operations from statement of cash flows? So we have the 2008, we have the 3,039,000, and on 2009 we have the 4,110,000. On 2010 we have the 3,744. So as you can see, na there is a little differences because from 2,936,000 from 2008 from traditional cash flow, from operations, it changes to 3,039,000. So the gap is only around hundreds. So here is the consolidated condensed statement of cash flow in millions, year ended August 31, 2006 to 2010. So here they have the cash flow from operating activities. They have a 2,167,000. They have a 2,006,000 on 2009, and on 2010 they have a 2,091,000. So increased. They are still increased, but only 1,000. But on their net earnings, there is a on 2006 they have a 2,157,000, but decrease on 2009, and then increase from the amount of 2008 from, but not increase from the base year. So here, there is a solving about a cash flow from operations, the capital expenditures, and how to calculate the free cash flow from the year 2008 to 2010. So here, on our balance sheet, or on our income statement, we have cash flow from operation 3,039,000. You have to subtract 2,225,000, which is the capital expenditure. Then add the disposition of property and equipment, which is $51, so equals 865. So same process on 2009 and 2010 for us to come up with our free cash flow. So as you can see, we have now our free cash flow 2010, $2,747,000. On our 2009, we have the $2,234,000, and we have the $865,000 on the year 2008. So next, we have the EBIT, or the widely used EBIT, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Measures of cash flow extremely liberal. This very generous measure of operating earnings that not consider any of the adjustment noted previously. So the purpose of financial statement analysis is to seek to evaluate management performance in several areas, including if the management or the business is having a great time, or they have a profitable income in doing that kind of business, and is it efficient and risk-free? Also help us to project future management performance, including pro forma balance sheets, income statement, cash flow, and alternative risk measures. Also, it is the firm's expected future performances that determines whether we should lend money to a firm or invest in it. Next is the computation of financial ratios. When we say common size statements, it is a normalized balance sheet and income statement to allow easier comparison of different sizes of firms. A common size balance sheet expresses all balance sheets accounts as a percentage of total asset. A common statement expresses all income statement items as a percentage of sales. So, common size statements in short term is it determines easily because it uses percentage. Then, in internal liquidity or solvency ratios are these are intended to indicate the ability of the firm to meet future short-term financial obligations. They compare near-term financial obligations such as accounts payable or notes payable to current asset or cash flow that will be available to meet the obligations. So now here is the Walgreens corporations and subsidiaries which I shown earlier on the previous. The numbers are stated by numbers. Here, the numbers is stated on the percentage type, which is the common size statement. So here, you could easily determine what percentage or how many percentage increase from the current asset of 2006 to 2010. So here, nag-increased of 5.37%, increased by 2007. From 2006 to 2007, it increases to 1.32, increases from 1.98 to 2008 to 2009, increases for 8.30%, and on 2010, 7.10% is increased from the 2006 to 2010. So here you could see there is a negative. So there is, when there is a negative sign on the numbers, it shows a decrease. So here there is a decrease on the employee stock loan receivable. So that could be all for my topic.